So we're going to start, by the way, I hope you're well, I hope you had a lovely weekend. Start in Dandasana, staff pose. So straight legs, flex at the ankles, toes go up, that internal rotation of the thighs, so your feet aren't folding out, knees straight up. And then rest your hands beside you. We're not pressing through them, we're just resting hands. Use your core to sit up. So lift your chest, slide your shoulder blades down your back. And gaze is on your toes. Really press the backs of the thighs down. And inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, hinging forward, so drawing the front of the pelvis forward. Just rest your arms, your hands down, so we're not going fully into a full fold, but just starting to wake the core up. Strong through the legs. And then inhale, come back to Dandasana, staff pose. And now we're going to come into wide-legged pose. So you might want to prop your hips up on the towel. Sorry. Yeah, so if you want to elevate your hips a little, so helps to release the hamstrings slightly. So pressing through the heels, flexing at the ankles. Same thing as we were doing in staff pose. You want to press the backs of the thighs down, lift your chest. And then starting to hinge forward, which is why you might want to prop your bottom up on a rolled up towel, because you want to be able to tilt the pelvis slightly forward and then bring your arms forward so you can start to crawl your fingers forward. So it's now deepening that internal rotation of the thighs. Just relax your head, just get to wherever you can, where you feel the inner thigh stretch. You're deeply using your core. Lift your pelvic floor, draw the navel in. And then walking your hands back towards your hips, hands behind your knees, lift the knees up. You're going to come round into child's pose. Activate the arms. Press the palms down and then slide them away from you. Drawing the tailbone down, so feeling that lovely stretch up through the spine and the shoulders. And then come onto your hands and knees. We're going to come into frog pose. So taking the knees wide, but unlike child's pose where your toes are touching, you're going to take your ankles in line with your knees and turn your toes out. And then little rocks backwards and forwards. Opening the hips. So hips start above the knees, but make sure ankles in line with the knees, and then just little pulses forward and back. If you need to pad the knees, just drag the towel under your knees. It doesn't need big movements. And then bring your knees parallel, tuck your toes under. on to fascia stretch, the sole of the foot. Sit up, bring your weight down through your heels, so toes tucked, so you're stretching from the toes across the sole of the foot. If that's too intense, you can bring your weight forward slightly. And then come forward, point your toes, tops of the feet down on that. Sit back on your heels, hands down beside the knees, and then lift your knees, press through the tops of the feet. Stretching along the fronts of the ankle, the lower part of the shin, and then again to the toe tuck, plantar fascia stretch. And then last again, onto the ankle stretch, so tops of the feet down, lift your knees. Walk your hands forward, tuck the toes under, come up into down dog. Pedal the heels, really slowly, so don't go fast and ineffective. We want to really draw one heel down towards the mat so you feel that stretch all the way up through the calf and bend the opposite knee. So you can put that pressure through, take your time. Okay, come into down dog with both heels pressing towards the mat. Inhale, lift your right leg up, bend the knee, roll the hip up to the ceiling, look under the right armpit, so really drawing that left heel down to the mat. And then inhaling, bringing the knee to your nose in plank, and bring the right foot in between your hands, runner's lunge. Sink the hips, right knee over right ankle, and then drawing the shoulder blades down your back, reaching forward with the chest. And then left foot comes forward to halfway lift, palms into shins. Feel the hamstrings, lift through the kneecaps, tip the tailbone up, look up. Exhale, fold. And then inhaling all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up. Exhale, Uttanasana fold. So take a moment here, really feel the backs of the thighs. Lift up through the kneecaps, draw the pelvic floor up, navel in. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down, step back to plank. Lower through Chaturanga. Inhale to Cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, come into down dog. Lift the left leg up, three-legged dog, lower the right heel towards the mat. Bend the left knee, roll it up to the ceiling. And then inhaling, roll that knee back down, come forward into plank, knee to nose. Bring that left foot between your hands, runner's lunge. You can let the back knee bend slightly if you want to feel into this a bit more. And then draw the tailbone down and then push through the heel. So really feeling the front of the thigh. And also the glute and hamstring strengthening on the left leg. And then bring the right foot next to the left. Come to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands hands to heart. Surya Namaskar B, Sansalute B. So inhaling to chair pose, Utkatasana. Gaze on your foot between your thumbs, draw the knees back slightly. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, through Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale to Down Dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Bring the right foot between your hands, come up into Warrior One. And then exhale, palms down, step back to plank, lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale to Down Dog. Warrior One on the left side, so left leg lifts, bring the foot between your hands, drop the right heel. Coming up, Warrior One. Really drive through that back heel, lift up through the arms and then draw the shoulder blades to connect to the back of the ribs. Palms down, step back to plank. Lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale to Down Dog. Take 3 breaths here. And then inhaling, up on your toes, bend your knees deeply, look forward. Hop, step, jump forward to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Squeeze the thighs to stand, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. So from mountain, inhale, take your weight into your right foot. Lift the left knee up. Point your toe, bend through the right leg and step back to high lunge. So feet on train track, so you've got hip distance apart. Bend the right knee over the right ankle. Bring your arms up. And again, you can bend that back knee a little, draw the tailbone down towards the mat, and then push through the heel. Deepen that stretch in front of the thigh. And then we're going to lean forward. Bring your palms together. Bring the left elbow across the right thigh. Press into the palms. Draw the navel in. Push through the heel. Revolve. Right ribs rolling up to the ceiling. And then inhale. Bring your hands to your hips. Come back to center. Step the left foot forward. Release the arms. Inhale, take the weight into your left foot. Lift the right knee up. Point the toe, bend the left knees, step back, high lunge. Bring the arms up, plug the elbows down into the shoulder girdle. Do that little tuck of the tailbone, push through the heel, and then bring your palms together. Exhale, right elbow across left thigh. Press into the palms, draw the navel in. So reaching through the back heel and the crown of the head, long through the spine. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, step forward. And then we're going to turn sideways on the mat. Come down onto your knees. And you come into gate pose. So you're going to Tuck the left toes under and then stretch the right foot, the right leg away from you. So the toes are in line with the left heel. Hands to hips. Squeeze the glutes, press hips forward. So the hips are over the left knee. Lift the left arm up. Lean over to the right. You can slide the other hand down. Feeling this lift up out of the left hip. Don't drop the left shoulder forward. Coming back up, hands to hips. Fold forward, change legs. Crikey, this floor's hard. God. These old knees. Okay. Gate pose on the other side. Gentle press of the hips forward. Really feeling, if you lift the kneecap, feel that inner thigh. Stretching, lift the right arm up, leaning over. Keep squeezing the kneecap, pressing the glutes forward gently, lifting up and out of the ribs. Come back to center, take the hips back, bring your hands down. And then we're going to come to sit. Bring your legs out in front of you. And then you're going to bend the left leg and bring the sole of the foot against the thigh. And kind of at an angle, so almost like you're sitting with legs, so we'll start like that, legs equally either side of you, and then bend the left leg in. You can prop that left knee if you feel it's dangling in midair. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your arms up, and then revolve so your torso is coming in line with the straight leg. Strong straight leg, hinging forward, so it's like you're lifting up and out of the hips, reach forward. If you can't reach the foot, just have your hands on the shin or the side, but use your core, pelvic floor, navel. Keep pressing down through the left thigh, rounding the hips. And then inhale, all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart, change legs. Okay, inhale, your arms up. Exhale, as you revolve, squeeze the navel, fold towards the strong straight leg. Reaching the chest forward, so not just leading with your chin, it's like the crown of the head, your gaze is down, drawing through the core, rounding through the right hip. Inhale, your arms up, come back to center. Exhale, hands to heart. And just sitting with crossed legs, take your arms wide, and then bring one arm on top of the other, bend at the elbows, eagle arms, backs of the hands or the palms pressing in towards each other, lift the elbows to shoulder height. So sit nice and tall, think of your core. And then draw the chin into the chest. Draw the navel in. And then start to curl elbows towards tummy button. Keep drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze the elbows. And then inhale to lift. Exhale, release the arms wide. Now opposite arm goes on top. As you inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, squeeze. So draw those forearms in towards each other. Feel the shoulder blades spread. Draw your chin in. And then exhale, curling towards the tummy button. Keep that squeeze of the elbows. And then inhale to lift. Exhale, release. Time. And there we are. You just sit nice and tall. Closing your eyes. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Bring your palms together at your heart center, lowering your head and opening your eyes. Namaste.